Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danielle and this is Danielle's Books. Thanks for stopping by. This video is going to be a 24-hour reading vlog reading extreme horror. I finished 8 books in this video in 24 hours and I tell you all about them, and it's a crazy, wild time. I'm not sure I'm okay. I'm actually filming this intro technically after I've finished all the books, so things get wild. These books are crazy, and I'm excited for you to see my journey through reading all of them. I will have them all linked down below. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. I've got a few different extreme horror videos in the works coming up soon, so if you like that, there's going to be more of that coming up. And give this video a thumbs up also if you like extreme horror. So also down in the description box, I'll have a bunch of links, including all the books, like I said. So just check the description box down below and you'll find what you need. And without further ado, let's just jump into me reading all of these insane books. All right, everyone. So I'm starting this vlog very, very early. If you're new here, I have a kid, so I had to do a feeding and I am having trouble falling back to sleep, so I figured I would start the vlog early. I am currently reading Thirsty by Chuck Nasty. I'll put the picture up here. I might have mentioned this in the intro of this video. I kind of want to mix in lesser known extreme horror books and then more known ones just to kind of figure out my taste, get different vibes. And I think this one was actually a debut for Chuck Nasty, and this one is pretty short. We're following this couple who is like going to visit the guy's parents. They're dating and they're just like bickering and arguing in the car. Their names are Brad and Kelly, and Kelly is like, I'm just so hungry. Why are you like always getting lost? And because they're lost, it's raining. She's hungry. She's like bitching in the passenger seat. And all of a sudden, like in the middle of nowhere, they stumble across this random soda machine that's like in the middle of nowhere and like in the middle of the woods. And she's like, well, the least you can do is pull over and let me get a drink. And he's like, okay, fine. He stays in the car, whatever. And she goes out, gets a drink, and the story begins. I will say that this does feel very like basic writing. That's not a bad thing. I think this is his debut, like I said. But I really like the concept of the story, and not only is like the soda machine pretty brutal, so is the man in the woods who controls the soda machine very brutal. So it doesn't take long to get to some of the gore in this book. I wouldn't say yet, like I said, I just barely started it. Let me see how far in I am actually. I am currently 23% of the way in to the book. It doesn't seem like too over the top gory so far, but yeah, I'm only 23% of the way in, so I'm curious to see where it's going to go from here. I'm going to keep reading this. I think a couple other books that I have on the docket, which I probably talked about in the intro, because I usually, for these vlogs, film the intro after I've already finished the vlog, so I can kind of say what I've been reading. I think next up I'm going to read a couple from Judith Sonnet. I have No One Rides for Free and Gobbler, Fuck Your Thanksgiving. I think I'm going to read a couple of those. I kind of think I might be able to get through a decent amount, knock on wood. Maybe I just jinxed myself. Books in this day. I have a lot that I'm wanting to do. Also, I mentioned this in the intro, but you can look out for, at least I probably did, you can look out for an extreme horror book haul coming in the next couple weeks. I still need to film it, but we got a lot of good titles in the mail that I'm really, really excited about. So you can look out for that. But for now, 3 a.m. reading extreme horror. I'm going to go finish this one, and then I'll let you know what I plan to start next. So I'll see you in a little bit. All right, finished Thirsty by Chuck Nasty. If you hear my husband or my son in the background, it's because he's currently getting changed. So I just finished Thirsty and I liked it. I think that there are a lot of like editing errors in this book, so it's hard for me to know like, is that worth like docking a star or something for the book? You'll have to let me know if that's something that you do. But I liked the story itself. The ending didn't end, or like I wanted a little bit more out of the ending of the story. But yeah, I mean the kills in this book were pretty brutal, but overall I really like the story. This is a quick read, and like I said, I think it's this author's debut. So for a debut, I thought it was pretty good. Like I said, I think there's just some editing errors. I think I'm gonna give this one like 3.5, 4 stars. I liked it. I would recommend it. So yeah, good start to the video. Next up, I think I'm gonna go to No One Writes for Free by Judith Sonnet, because I actually have the physical copy. I also technically have it on Kindle Unlimited I can read, and I also technically have the audiobook for it because my husband he wanted like a quick read, and so he got the audiobook for this. So I think I'm going to do kind of like a tandem read. I'm going to do the audiobook with the physical book, and then I should be able to get through that pretty quickly. So for 4:30 in the morning, I feel like I'm doing pretty good. I'm someone where once I wake up in the morning, it's kind of like the worst thing in the world. Once I wake up, I have a hard time going back to sleep. So that's kind of why I'm still awake right now. Hopefully I'll be able to take a nap later. But yes, No One Writes for Free is what's next for my plans. I'll give you an update once I get a little bit of the way into No One Writes for Free. So I will check in with you in a little bit. All right, it's currently 5:30. And I've made it quite a chunk into No One Writes for Free. Like I said, I'm listening to the audiobook and reading it physically at the same time. And I am currently on page... Oops, this bookmark is not really a bookmark, so sorry about that. I'm currently on page 64, and I just got to this big warning page. And I'm a little nervous. So far, this book has been about this family. It's a mom and her 2 kids, and they are on a road trip, and she stops at a gas station to obviously get gas, and like she runs inside to get the kids snacks. They're in college. They're like on their way to college or whatever. And so that's about how old they are, just for reference. And she's like, I'm going to go run in, get you guys snacks and everything. And when she gets back out to the car, she starts driving away from the gas station, and there's a man in the car. They refer to him as the man. And basically she's like obviously freaking out, and the kids, like he's like, everyone has to be silent, and he has a gun on him. And you can tell that like, this is a very like disturbing book, just because this feels so like real. Just the way that Judith has written it and everything. And so basically he like told her to keep driving, and yeah, like I said, this book is really disturbing. I got to this warning that's basically like, you ain't seen nothing yet, like prepare yourselves for what's to come. And I'm a little bit nervous because I'm like, well, I was already disturbed in the first half of the book, and not like a ton happened in the first half of the book. Like it was like a slow start to like the horror, but like you can tell like once you get up to this warning, like things are really gonna get ramped up. Like we just got done, there was an older couple who was like pulled off on the side of the road or in a parking lot or something, and he was like, go park by them. And he basically, the man wanted to like pick up more people. He clearly wants to do some sort of torture. He's kind of disgusting. He's making the kids like talk about like their sexual encounters in the car in front of like the parents and everything, or in front of their mom, and that's like a little bit awkward. I don't know. I just don't know where this is going. I'm enjoying the story. It's so weird to say like you're enjoying a story like when it's extreme horror, but like I guess I'm intrigued to see, maybe enjoying isn't the right word. I'm intrigued to see where the story is going to go. I have only like a half hour left in the audiobook, so I'll definitely finish this soon. And then yeah, I'll give you my thoughts at the end of this one. So almost done with book 2, and it's literally 5:30 in the morning. So yeah, I'm excited, or I guess I will let you know my thoughts. I think that this is a very well liked extreme horror book. I don't know that for sure. I know that Judith Sonnet is well read when it comes to like booktube and book talk and everything like that. So yeah, I'm intrigued to see how this is going to end, and it looks like things are going to get ramped up big time here after reading that warning. So we'll see how this ends. All right, we're currently in the car, and I actually have 3 books to update you on that I've finished. So first of all, I did finish No One Rides for Free, and I really liked that book. It was definitely disturbing. It was a lot, and but I liked Judith's like approach to the topics. Also, check the trigger warnings for all of the books here. You know, I probably said that in the intro, and I'm saying it now too, because it's a lot, like I said. But I liked like I said, I liked her approach to the story. I think that I want to read more from her, and I actually might be reading another one in this video. I'm not totally sure, but yeah, the book was totally disgusting. The things that these characters had to do were just gross and extreme. So yeah, I liked it though. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. Next up, I read 2 short books from Godless. I read Mukbang Princess, and actually here, I need to keep going straight. I read Mukbang Princess, and that's a really short story about these 2 girls. I think they're like teenagers. I'm not totally sure their age. And they are like trying to find like a quick way to earn money. And one of the girls is like, oh, like maybe we should do, like, have you ever watched like mukbang, like videos on YouTube? You know, like that's something we could totally do. All you do is basically just like eat on camera. And so the other friend was like kind of skeptical about the whole thing, and they ended up on this different website called Simply Fans, because they're like, well, let's do some research to try and figure out like what other people do in order to like make these videos or whatever. So they like threw down $400 on this website to figure out what this creator Mukbang Princess does. I'm gonna sit here and park for a second so I can talk. They threw down $400 to see what this creator Mukbang Princess does, and oh my gosh, this might be the most disturbing book I've read so far. It's one of the most disturbing books that I've ever read. It's disgusting. It was kind of triggering a little bit just because see, I don't want to say the reason why, because it's the plot. It's literally like, it would be a complete spoiler, but something triggering to me happened a little bit in this story. Not so much that like it was unreadable, but just going through something I've gone through recently, I was like, wow. Yeah, it was disgusting. It was a really quick read. I read it on my computer just because, like I said, I got it off of Godless. And then the other book I read was Toothworms, which I also got on Godless. And that one was like 10 pages long. That one was even shorter. And for that one, oh, Mukbang Princess, I'm going to give 5 stars. It was effective in, you know, like being extreme, being gross. It was very effective. It didn't trigger me in a way that was like negative. It was just like, wow, that would kind of like hit somewhere a little bit. And then Toothworms, I think I'm going to give like 3 stars. It wasn't long enough to be effective in my opinion. That one, we're following this girl who has like a lot of tooth pain, and it's like keeping her up at night. It's like itchy and all this gross thing. This one was gross, but it wasn't as extreme in my opinion as like the other books I've read in this video. Like I said, it's 10 pages long. I think I spent like 50 cents on it on Godless. Yeah, it was just fine. 3 stars. It just like didn't do much for me just because it was so short, and you know, I don't know, it just wasn't my type of story. But with that being said, that is now, what is that, my 4th book? I've been awake since 2 a.m. so I'm like losing track of time. Yeah, I think that was 4 that we've read so far. And then I have started my next book, and that is actually, I'm about to start 2. I have an audiobook, The Slob by Erin Beauregard. I have heard a lot about this book, not so much about like the plot. I just know a lot of people have read it. And so that one I'm going to be exclusively listening to on audiobook because I don't have the Kindle or a physical copy of it. And then doing that, I'm also reading the Kindle from Kindle Unlimited. I have Skinflicks. I'll put both of these. I'll put the covers on the screen for these. Skinflicks, I think, is by Duncan Ralston, if I'm remembering correctly. I don't have my Kindle in front of me. That one is a collection of 3 stories. I have read from Duncan Ralston before. I read Womb, and I liked that one. I think I gave that one like 4 stars, kind of along the same lines of Mukbang Princess. It's something in the book. I think I read that one at like the wrong time, because that one kind of I thought was worse than Mukbang Princess in a different way. And so if you've read these books, you know what I'm talking about, and you might get what I'm saying. But yeah, so I'm reading another one by Duncan Ralston. It's a collection of 3 stories. The first story is about this guy. His name is Larry, I think. He was like the porn star of like his time or whatever. And now it's several years later, and he got a call from his manager about another job not related to porn, to be like the starring role in a movie. And of course Larry was like, oh my god, that's so awesome. And just, you kind of read the first chapter and then you get kind of backstory, and it seems like some crazy stuff is gonna happen on the set at this movie and all that. So I haven't gotten too far in that though, so I can't speak too much about that. But with that being said, those are my next 2 reads, and I think I'm doing pretty good. And I'm about to get a coffee because, like, duh, I've been up forever, and I am excited to get further into these books. I haven't started The Slob yet at all, just because I was not going to listen to that out loud while holding my kid. That didn't feel right. Reading extreme horror. Also, all of these clips I've done, I haven't done around him. He's literally 9 weeks old, so like it's whatever, but I don't know, it just feels like dirty. It feels wrong to do that. So yeah, I thought I'd film this one in the car while I'm out and about, but I will get back to you when I have another update on one of those 2 books. Can I have a straw, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a good day. Took a little bit longer than usual. All right, we're currently at the part of the video where I won't be able to read as much. It's about 8 o'clock, 8:45 actually, technically. And I have to get ready to go to work. And I work from 9 to 1 today. I technically can read at my job, but if I'm busy, obviously, I won't be able to. So I will say I finished the first story in Skinflicks, and I actually really liked that one. That's a 5-star story just itself, but we have 2 more left, so I'll see kind of how those ones go. I should be able to finish that at work, no problem. This first story was like 54% of the like ebook itself, so the other 2 are much shorter. So I'm excited to do that. I won't be able to read The Slob for sure while I'm at work because I can't listen to audiobooks. And I don't know, that feels like wrong. I literally work in a youth department at a library. I need to hurry this up though because, like I said, I have to go. I start at 9 o'clock. And so I'll probably have another update for you after I'm done at 1 o'clock. Hopefully with an update on Skinflicks. And then I'm bringing my Kindle with me, so we'll see what else I get to. And then I'm bringing a physical copy of Zola, which I can put the cover on the screen here. It's like an extreme novel about cheese, something like that. So we'll see what I get to next, but I'll check in with you a little while later after I'm done with work. As you can tell, I literally got dressed and got ready. So I will see you then. Holy shit, this book is wild. That's all I got. I'm at work. All right, I just made it back home from work and I did finish Zola, put it up on the screen, and holy crap. This book was kind of crazy, unhinged, disturbing, disgusting. 5 stars though. I really liked this one a lot. And this one we're following this married couple who the husband is just like so abusive. He like low-key sucks, and it's a very like unhappy marriage. He's like cheating on her. She knows this. Honestly, she's like whatever. They have a kid. His name is Gordon Zola. And basically like she just like wants to make sure like the kid is good and everything, and she's kind of reached her breaking point with the dad, the husband, and takes matters into her own hands. And holy crap, the kills in this book, I guess you can say, are just like, it's so wild. And also this book is very much so about cheese, and this has made me really not want cheese for a long while now. This woman, the mom, the wife, or whatever, she's like obsessed with cheese. She's like, her like meal of choice would be cheese and gin. That's like all she needs in life. And then like her kid. Oh my God, just crazy. And then we are reading from her perspective, and then later in the book we read from the kid's perspective, the son's perspective, and we're following them through like the years of their life and like just what they go through to make sure that they can still provide for themselves. And oh my God, this book was just crazy. But like I said, I really liked it. But this one's definitely disgusting. There's some like very grotesque imagery in this book. So check the trigger warnings for this book, and again, for all of them. Just so gross. So my next order of business, that was book number 5. And my next order of business is finishing Skinflicks, and then we'll see if I can get to The Slob. Like I said, you guys will know if I got to it or not if it's in the thumbnail. That's still the plan for my audiobook. And then I think my next ebook is going to be It's Me, Charlie, if I can get to that. that would be my plan. That's another short one, but it's one that gets talked about a lot in the bookish space because it's very much so, I think the book is set in like the bookish space. So I'm really intrigued by that one. I know that it's like really, really short. Like I think it's like 60 pages or something like that. So we should definitely be able to get to that. But I just got home from work, like I said, so I'm going to go eat lunch and try and finish Skinflicks, and then I'm also going to try and edit this video. So it'll probably be like a little bit before I check in again, but we shall see. It's only like 1:30, so we've got plenty of days still ahead of us. But yeah, I'll see you in the next little bit when I have an update. All right, I just finished Skinflicks, and I think I'm going to give this one like a 3.5 star rating. I'll probably round it up to 4 on Goodreads. So I really, really liked the first story. Actually, it kind of goes in order. The first story is called, oh my God, I think the first story is called Skin. I really liked that one. We're following this guy who, I think I mentioned this like at the beginning of the book. He was like the big like porn star of his time, and he had like a lot of iconic scenes, I guess you would call them. And this person has like said that he wants Larry, who's the guy I'm talking about, to like be in his next movie. He'd be like the starring role and everything. And Larry is like super interested in this, obviously, because he is kind of looking for his next gig. He's much older now. And so like he definitely jumps at the chance to take this role. And things don't exactly turn out as he thinks they do. The person who I guess like casted him or whatever, just basically takes advantage of him, and is like such a fan of the of Larry's work, so much so to the point where like he basically like wants to watch Larry like reenact his work in front of him in like kind of a gross way. I really liked this story. Like I said, though, some like crazy things happen. This guy is like such a lunatic. And yeah, that story itself, I'd probably give like 4 stars. The next story is called Bait, and this one is much shorter, and we're following, it's about these 2 girls who like have been friends for a long time, but they haven't talked in like a little while. Brooke has kind of like always been in love with her friend. What's the other girl's name? Oh my God, I literally just finished the story. I can't remember her name. Oh, Alexa. And Alexa kind of is like the it girl. Like everyone likes her. She gets a lot of guys and everything. But like I said, they haven't talked in a while. And randomly Alexa calls her like out of the blue, like, I need your help. Can you come here? The word bait, which is the title, was kind of used in more ways than one, because you kind of are like learning about, or how do I want to say this? Basically, you start the story like with a story of them as kids, like about baiting hooks, like to go fishing in like the local, I don't know, like pond or whatever. So the word bait is used in that sense, but also Brooke is like basically being baited by her friend Alexa. And this story is kind of a little spicy, not gonna lie. It's also very gross. But like I said, it's really short. So this one I'd probably give like 3.5, 4 stars. I still really liked this one. And then the third story is called Peg. This story I did not like, and honestly, sorry, I just didn't like the writing of this story. It was written very like Southern, almost like hick, and it kind of like took me out of the story a little bit. But like it's set on a farm. This guy's a struggling like farmer, and He like has a horse named Peg, but like the horse has like something sticking out of his head, so they kind of refer to it as like a unicorn. The guy Hep like hates the horse, but his daughter really likes the horse. I don't know. This story didn't really work for me. I'm going to give that one 2 stars. Like I said, the writing just kind of took me out of it. It's not like it was badly written, but it just was written in a way that I didn't enjoy. Like the language of the story, not the like writing itself. So that one I'd probably give like 2.5, 3 stars maybe. I think, like I said, this is like a 3.5 star book, and I'd round it up to 4 stars. But yeah, not bad. So I keep losing track of how many I've read. I think that's book 6. And let me see what time it is. I have a computer right in front of me, if it'll load while I'm filming this clip. I think it's like almost 4 o'clock. So we've still got some time in our day. Oh, here we go. 3:43 to be exact. So I think I don't exactly know actually what I'm going to read next, but you'll know when I come check in again. I think I'm going to take a little bit of a break. Maverick is probably about to wake up from a nap and want to eat, so I'm probably going to have to take a little bit of a break from reading anyway to do that. So I will check in when I've started my next book. Hopefully I can start another one. And yeah, good stuff. All right, I'm currently in Maverick's nursery, and I have started The Slob. I have an hour left in the audiobook. Basically, we're following this girl who kind of grew up in a dirty household. You kind of figure out like what her childhood was like and why she like suddenly becomes a clean freak. And that was interesting. There's a lot of like character development to start the book. I am interested in this girl right now. The chapters I'm reading, her husband is like in a wheelchair, and they just like bought a house, they're married and everything. And she's trying to find, or a vacuum salesperson came to her house and wanted to sell her this vacuum, and obviously that was like right up her alley because, like I said, she's a clean freak. And she's like, this is something that I could totally do. And oops, sorry, hold on, let me set up the camera. She's like, this is something that I could totally do, but her husband was like not entertaining the idea because she's pregnant right now. And she was like, just give me 1 week and let's see how much money I can make. And sorry, I'm trying to like set you guys up. She's like, let me see how much money I can make, and then we'll go from there. And he was like, okay, fine. And she was pretty successful in the first week, and the husband was like, okay, you can have like 1 more week. So basically the chapter, or where I just left off in the audiobook, is I think that she has just stumbled upon the house of the slob, because the next chapter is called The Slob. And so I'm really interested to see where the story is going to go. I think things are going to very much so ramp up. I feel like I'm going to be hitting my wall here soon of disturbing reads. So I don't know. Will this be the tipping point? We shall see. But yeah, I'm going to keep reading this. Like I said, I have an hour left, and then we'll go from there. So, oh my God. Like I said, I'm reaching my limit here. All right. It is currently 10 p.m. I actually technically just filmed the intro of this video, and now I'm filming the outro because it is time to be done. So I finished The Slob, and this book is so crazy. It's brutal. It's, oh my gosh. Guys, I don't know how much more I can take. I really can't take anymore, because I also finished It's Me, Charlie, and that one was like extra brutal because it felt so real. That one, you're following this guy, Charlie, who poses as a girl, Charlie, in the, like, bookish community on Bookstagram. And he, like, becomes obsessed with this girl named Jessie. And they're, like, about to meet each other in real life. Little does Jessie know that Charlie is, like, over the top obsessed with her and like will do crazy things. Like I said, this one just felt very realistic, and that's the kind of story that will put me over the edge. So but I liked it though. That's the thing. Like, it spooked me, it shocked me, it did what it came to do. So with that, I think I'm gonna give that one 4 stars. And The Slob, I think I'm gonna give 3.5 stars. There was just like so much. Like, it was almost like I couldn't keep up with how much he was trying to put into the story. And so for that, it was 3.5 stars. I think that like I said, I'm just done. All these books were terrifying in their own way. They were disgusting in different ways from each other. And I just don't think I can handle any more today. But we got through 8 books in 24 hours, and I think that's pretty good because, I mean, some of them were shorter. Like I said, I wanted to get through some that are like more talked about and some that are less talked about. So I'm hoping that you found a book that maybe you want to check out, check the trigger warnings, or you were just like curious what like my thoughts would be on a certain book. Let me know your thoughts on any of these books that you've read. Also, don't forget to check out, I'll have all these books linked down below. And while you're down there, check out like Bookstagram podcasts. Everything is linked in the description box. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel because I would love to have you. Like I said in the intro, I have more extreme horror videos in the works. I have a massive haul that I need to film. I'm literally staring at it right now. So that'll be coming soon. And then I have another couple reading vlogs in mind that I just need to get started reading and filming for. But that'll be it for this video, and I hope you enjoyed. And also leave a comment down below your extreme horror recommendations because I would love, love, love to have them. And with that, I will see you in my next video. Bye!